And if you have to just grit it out and bleed it out, that will be the impression. So Voucher versus Humble TFT here. Lobby 4 will be the next one.
I thought we only had maybe one 20-point player, but Tomino, kind of an unexpected hero for the EMEA, also on 21 points.
Has really popped off across the last 2 sets in particular. In TPC has been one of those heavy Star Guardian players across the entire set. Found so much stability alongside players like Experian, like Double in EMEA, playing a lot of Jinx. And a really good showing here. No nerves whatsoever. First ever TAC round appearance. 3 regionals in a row in EMEA. So like Bensack has been one of the fast risers in EMEA and has quickly become an elite player. Representing Slovakia as well, a country that doesn't have many other competitors. Much harder for him, I think, to prep with top players as well. But doesn't matter. Lone Wolf vibes and big player results here. 21 points in 3 games.
5 EMEA players in this lobby. Which one will come
out? No! Yes! Trainer Golems is the answer to our questions, Jupeson. And it couldn't be any other way. With Necra joining us, it's all her fault.
I am back at the perfect time to be able to see the Trainer Golem game. And I'm so excited. And you guys are not. I understand.
I mean, I might be, depending on which players are favored with their golems. EMEA, cough, cough. But looking at Malajust, the players we haven't seen yet on the big stage, he's going to be starting off with an interesting mix here. Star Guardian, Edgelord, you have that connection with the Zaya, for example. You have the chance to play around the Volibear, maybe. We saw it from Without You yesterday, or last game, sorry, with the Volibear Jinx combo, for example.
I feel like there's going to be a couple of like really good combinations, and then there are some that I'm like not as excited about. But for Wet Jungler, who does have this Crystal Gambit on the Golem already, I feel like that's so easy for you to be able to get that Crystal Gambit in. And you got that Bastion for later if you want to decide to pivot to like Fast 9 or like Bastion Ashe.
I have the tech for you.
What's that?
Before Crystal Gambit was nerfed, Latam player in the Americas, Fan de Kiki, played a beautiful Kale reroll game with Kale as his main DPS carry, but playing it around the 5 Crystal Gambit and getting a lot of extra cash outs as a way to make it to 9 with Kale, and he went first place. I believe it was in, I think it was in regionals actually, week 1. I think you have to have a very specific spot for that to work. You know, Kale copies early on for Wet Jungler, maybe kill items as well, but maybe he's open to that possibility with his setup with both the Bastion, the Crystal Gambit, and the Wraith on that Golem.
I wonder if anybody's going to actually take an augment that's going to help to boost up some type of vertical. I feel like we got a couple of very good choices here, but only time will tell. Once we actually get all of these augment choices locked in. Malajust ended up taking the Shen hero augment, waited to be the last person to pick an augment, scouted, made sure nobody else was going to be playing Shen reroll, and took Twilight Assault.
What a setup from Tomino. Heroic grab bag, Malzahar 2 onto 1. He can slam a JG here as well if he wants to. And 4 Wraith online, an early Rammus. I mean, Tomino, those 21 points might be 28 after this game is done. He is looking very strong already.
I think you might be right about that, but someone else that, of course, is going to be trying to kind of like push the tempo a little bit. We've got Wet Jungler that did take the Heavy as the Crown, as well as Tardman, who ended up taking Spoils of War. So a couple of other augments that you can take that will help you to kind of push that pressure. Now, what do you think about this Deathfire Grasp as the artifact choice from Portable Forge here for Sungyup?
We're seeing a Sorcerer +1. We're seeing a Soul Fighter +1. This could lean into a kind of a 4 Soul Fighter, 6 Sorcerer setup, potentially for Sungyup here with DFG. I think just a good burst, which is what Sorcerer wants. You want to get that first burst kill and the chain reaction across the front line that made Karma such a menace back in the very first few patches of set 15.
Yeah, now we're seeing Daisy already with Crystal Gambit here with the Golem. Decides to go for Wandering Trainer once again to an additional one and finds Duelist. So maybe not the ideal one. Maybe in late game you can get a Lissin in and get something in, but I mean, it's just too much.
Well, it's so funny because sometimes we actually do see the Duelist Spat as a great way to actually cap out one of those Ashe Crystal Gambit boards, but you want to put that emblem on a champion, not on the dummy.
What Jungler's second game, we are seeing him on the Heavy as a Crown, so definitely seems to be preferring or favoring this augment in the current meta. Didn't quite work out last time we saw it. His Jinx 1 died to Dehua's Katarina, and he immediately lost a fight and went out in the bot 4. We'll see if that changes. Losing the fight here, unfortunately, I think he was really hoping for a strong win streak in stage 2.
Tomino used the duplicators?
Yep.
Yeah, fully for the Malzahar tempo.
I mean, that's the thing, right? That of all the people that you could have played in the lobby, I think that was the one person that you were trying to avoid to keep that win streak alive. So I think Wet Jungler, like, while disappointed, can't be super upset long term.
Hartman also trying to lean into this win streak, so it's always dicey when there's 3 or 4 players saying, I'm going to be the win streak player in stage 2, because not everyone can pull it off. And I think Tarman in particular, with Spoils of War, wants to have that snowballing resource effect and wants to try and make it to 9. This setup is perfect for either Soul Fighter or, I think with the Rage Blade Slam, playing for TF and that vertical Juggernaut line with Lee Sin coming in as a duo carry.
There are 2 Crystal Gambit players, though. So Tarman gets the good upper hand playing against one of them right now, Daysik. But Lahu also has the Crystal Gambit in.
Ideally, you want someone a little bit stronger than the full loose streakers because you want to kill more units, so you want players that have leveled up while still being slightly weaker than you. It's obviously a tough middle ground to navigate as a Spoils of War player.
Yeah, Tarman in a great position here, just trying to find the pairs. He has 4 pairs already, just trying to find something, especially that Nar will be important, and 1 unit in the front line already, either the Nafiri, could be the Aatrox, and of course, that pair of Mundo will be so huge, maybe the best tank for me in the early game.
See if there's anything in particular that helps. So 2 tiers.
Oh, and I think one of these tiers has to go to double. He picked up the Adaptive Helm augment, wants to have a double Adaptive Helm on Garen. He becomes a Giga tank. You can really use that as a way to play into Yuumi or maybe even just a 6 Bastion with Xayah. Double, I'm sure we'll cook up something very creative. Tomino, does he want to stop double? Oh, he doesn't make it in time. It's going to be, Tomino does get the tier in the end, so double unfortunately has to pick up the rod.
It's almost like Tomino played spoiler to Songyup, though, because didn't want Songyup to actually be able to get that. Has that open tier on the Ahri, so it could go like a blue buff, Deathfire Grasp.
I think Tomino just wants the blue buff on Malzahar as well, so the tier was definitely
also true.
A very important opponent for multiple players in the stage 2 carousel.
It was kind of crazy to see it go that long. Usually that's like Instagrab, the tiers and the bows. All of those things, very hot commodities.
Double and Sanjop, still the ones with good win streak here. And Tomino just trying to pressure a little more. And once again, going up against the Crystal Gambit, Daisy almost full open, so a lot weaker than the second Crystal. So this could be a good face-off. And Daisy, for sure, will be the winner here. In terms, or this is the loser, the one who will maintain the lose streak. And
the winner in his game plan.
Yeah. 81 already, so good ramp up here on the early game. Should go for the double up. And remember, the nerf is normally, in this patch, is for 5 Crystal Gambit. 3 Crystal Gambit still ramping up, so especially if you get it early, you can get a huge cash out, and that influx of gold or resources, anything is just so good.
Yeah, the nerf was mostly to the snowballing 5 Crystal Gambit setup in stage 4 in particular. That gets a little bit too out of hand, especially for the players trying to go fast 9 and trading their HP for resources. Looking at double 61's board. Interesting setup here, not really committed to anything, has 2 extra Rakons here, no copies of Katarina, and full item slams on the Garen for now. This could be a lot of things. It could be Yuumi, it could be Jace Caitlyn reroll, which I mean, I would love to see, but with an open rod, I think maybe not going to happen.
I think it's like double adaptive on the Yuumi.
It could be a setup as well. Maybe with Super Genius, for example, as a power-up to make a really good use of all the extra mana regen. Well, this is like the $3 Garen, essentially. It's not quite the innovating Locket Garen, but this is the next best thing with double adaptive and adaptive augment as well. Garen casts so often, and he's really hard to kill until you have enough DPS.
Also, he has the chance of going full cap level 9, level 10, and finding maybe 4 Wrath with the Varus also, using the Sniper additional. So, I mean, he could go all the way, trying to find full Prodigy, full Battle Academia, full Wrath. He has the Protectors +1. I mean, this is ideal spot for if someone knows how to navigate, has to be double here.
This is a 5 win, though.
Malagis is on 5 loss and really needs to start completing some of these Shen items. Also needs a couple more Shens.
at the mercy of these Krugs. If he does not find a bow, ideally 2, he could be in huge trouble. Might have to try and fish for like an item grab bag on 3-2. Or at the very least, he has to have item prio for the stage 3 carousel to find a bow there. If by stage 3 carousel he does not have a bow, I guarantee you it's a bot 4 because Shen is almost unplayable without having things like the Giant Slayer, things like the Rage Blade.
Well, I think he will get priority because he'll keep losing in stage 3. So I think he'll maintain the...
There's a few Crystal Gambit players. I'd be careful stating that as a fact, Necro.
Well, we'll see. We have a brief pause, but yeah, Dasik is one of those Crystal Gambit players, as is Lawu. But Lawu did end up taking a win somewhere, so that streak got snapped.
Yeah, probably against Dasik. Dasik we knew was the one even weaker than him. So yeah, that chance. And now the open fort here for Dasik working and with good possibilities of going for that ramp up. We saw him at 80, probably now with more than 100 bounty for the Crystal Gambit. So great position for him. He will be the one from bottom to down. And Sanjop, the only one for a win streak so far and still maintaining strong middle of the table for him.
Very interesting lobby completion as well. 5 players from EMEA. They obviously know each other very, very well. Some of these players have been playing for, well, a very long time, all the way since set 1 for players like Dasik, players like Double. And they've all been playing together in the pro circuit, of course. So a lot of different lobbies throughout the set 15 where they know each other's styles, they know their game plans, they know their general, preferences when it comes to comps as well. And 3 players from different regions just, coming in and saying, we can hang as well.
Well, I think Lawu is kind of one of those big wildcard factors for this particular tournament. One, coming in as just like a new player to the Tactician's crown, but also I feel like since CN does play very different formats, it's always kind of hard to tell where they land with the meta read of things.
Yeah, also great to see Tardman. Saw him also in Macau, trying to compete also in every open possible. A huge elite player that maybe hasn't have the recognition, at least internationally. Heavy-minded, high HQ, fully into the game. Great character. And also, I like to say a good friend. Someone who likes to talk about the game, likes to share his knowledge on stream. And remember, all of these players, the players on Tactician Crown, are all streamers. So they or are forced to become streamers in one way or another. So you can also watch their POV directly live for this TAC.
All their players keeping their hands warm for the action that would surely start very soon as Wet Jungler gets his PC locked and loaded. One player I want to highlight in this lobby after this stage 2, 5-win streak for Sangyup. He's playing around the Sorcerer line right now, has an RA2 and a Swain 2. He's a player, we have Portable Forge with the DFG pickup. We mentioned it. It's a hard line to play, Vertical Sorcerer. You have to play it from very specific spots. I think you have to play it from a win streak in particular. You can't just move into it from a 10 loss and then hope to stabilize because sometimes it just doesn't work out if you don't hit your Gwen. So I'm very curious to see if Sangyup, with the help of the Trainer Golem, with the extra +1 Sorcerer, can play into the Vertical Sorcerer line and if it can work out in this meta.
I feel like it can, but I think... I was talking to Frodan about this a little bit as well, but some of it is just really complicated to make sure that you have enough power, and then it's expensive to actually get to the point where you have the ability to get all of those sorcerers in. You need to get Gwen. You need to be able to actually tech in enough sorcerers, and I think that AP lines in general can actually be a little bit problematic to actually get all the copies that you need. And a lot of the champions that you want in that front line are going to be contested. So can you actually get enough that are going to buy you time for everything to kind of work?
Yeah, also getting there, right? Because we know Wandering Train is just so huge in getting combat possibilities here in the early game. And whoever is only thinking about how will I assemble my late game board is just not enough, especially Sorks, where you need to keep going and pushing. This is perfect. I mean, for Sanjop, going push 6 Sorks right now and just maintaining the tempo is exactly what you want to do with the trainer.
Some overkill potential with Ahri and her ability, so Mage, a really nice power-up to try and get kind of split damage if you get a kill early off of her first cast. Sangyup cannot go 6, has a very expensive board already on level 5 with the Swing 2 and the Ahri 2, so hoping to win this fight, and gets favored with a Crystal Gambit player coming in, so everyone comes out happy. The O-Cage business between these two players, and if we can see a 10-win streak from Sangyup, I think this will for sure be a 6 Sorcerer line from him. It already is, but a 6 Sorcerer line with Gwen and with Karma, and would be very, very fun to see this comp in action in this game 4.
I want to see Ahri re-rolled.
You already got Trainer Golem, Necra. Don't be too greedy with your request, okay?
I know you guys are talking about humble TFT over here, but I want everything. Now, speaking of which, we do have a second gold augment coming up and a couple of different options. I mean, now that a lot of our players have kind of thought about direction, whether it's been from the Golem or the first augment that they've decided, they can go for a little bit more combat power. I mean, Lao Wu can actually pick Portable Forge if he wants to here. I feel like the items have been really popular for a lot of our players. So as we see people kind of start to lock stuff in, we do actually see Double 61 get the Class President augment for Battle Academia.
Am I tripping, or is this a Golden Quest from Tomino? He has the HP.
Yeah,
he has the gold.
Might be right.
This is obviously you're losing all your tempo right now. Any fight you can win here. I think maybe if he still has Crystal Gambit players in his
But
match
he's
pool.
so strong with this Malzahar too, with 3 items. I actually don't know how much he ends up losing from this. There's still 2 Crystal Gambit players in your lobby as well, so I feel like you can just kind of start to hoard the gold with this win streak that keeps stacking up. Even if you get it broken, you are already like 6, 7, 8 wins in a row. That might be guaranteed based on your matchup pool.
Yeah, I mean, he's proposing himself as the winner of the lobby in this angle and just trying to maintain, maybe trying to find someone in the front line who's actually holding items. Purity damage for now. And Daisy, on the other hand, just trying to get a little more, decides to cash out early.
Yeah, I think probably felt like this is a good spot for him to try and spike. Lao Wu seems to be full loose streaking again. Doesn't want to be the loser of that outcome.
Okay.
And in the end, has picked up Portable Forge, so I think it also leads him more into spiking right now. Light Shield Crest for his front line. We'll see what the Smolder can do. Does have a duelist plus. I mean, it's an interesting mix of emblems here for Daisy.
Yeah, well, we were saying like the duelist emblem from the dummy. It's kind of nice if you can actually put the emblem on a champion rather than the dummy itself being the thing that actually like has that particular emblem, since it's very useful. But it will be very great for the Ash when you get it later.
Yeah. Also, normally the Udyr is your +1 duelist. It's interesting to see because Udyr gives you also additional mentor and good chance. Now you don't need it, so what would be the angle for him? Maybe go 4 duelists? I don't think so. So it will be interesting to see what the options will be.
We saw from Sangyup goes for the Blazing Soul. Not the strongest option for Sorcerers as a whole because we already get a lot of base AP from the trait, but probably the best option for him to continue the win streak. And he has, beating out Tomino there.
There was that one bow. Malajust is not able to get it, and you can see he still has that open rod on his Shen and could have really used it.
And Double could not greed for the second tier, for the second adaptive, slam the Stone Plate instead on the Garen. So maybe it lowers his cap a little bit with his potential game plan, with the Garen being his main tank. Curious to see if he's going for Katarina reroll from his position. Only had a Katarina 1, it looks like, for now.
I think actually Double did get a second adaptive helm.
There it is. A Kata 1.
Maybe not.
No additional 1. Decides not to roll here. I think he will just go full tempo. Finds the Rabadons here together with the Giant Slayer. Good from line items. Not finding the secondary, the double adaptive helm still to have a additional value here from the augment. So I think he's never going Katarina here, just trying to go fast 8, stabilize with the Yumi, and then try to get some Wrath in, obviously like Asante and those.
Well, you saw that he was holding on to the Malzahars as well, so like definitely could lean into Prodigies. If you get that early Seraphine, then you're also able to tech in a lot more Prodigies, and 5 Battle Academy is enough. I don't know if you need 7.
I think he will push for 7 because he has Protector +1, so he can bypass playing the Cassante. He instead has Garen with Adaptive Helm as a secondary tank with Leona. Goes full into Battle Academia instead, and this is a very Double 61 kind of play. You think about the end board he's going to, doesn't seem very strong, but Double's a player who's more about the journey to make it there. He wants to stay strong throughout the early game, play off of what makes sense in terms of fundamental TFT, and his spot in that sense looks quite good. A 2-win streak now as well.
Yeah, the dummy has Wrath and Protector, so it's Akasante as you just mentioned. So probably that's the one who will be taking off. I was dreaming of going more into that vertical, but maybe not a chance. Lao Wu now trying to assemble a board. Drops out the crystal and just trying to stabilize as much as possible. 58 gold, level 7. So still just maybe 1 round away from stabilization.
And Sangyov seems to be a believer, has his right side of the bench fully locked into that potential sorcerer board. 9 win streak as well. Can he win this last fight against Malajest on the Shen Hero augment? No bow still for Malajest. We talked about the potential low roll.
Well, how could he get one?
Only a single rod on this poor Shen.
I told you, he couldn't get one from the carousel. He didn't have an open component on his bench. The only hope for him is going to now be this final creep round at the end of stage 3. And if you might have spoken it into existence, Panda. Let's see what the Wolves actually give him.
This is one of the punishments when you want to pick Shen Hero Augment. If you don't already have a bow in your starting component, you are taking a massive risk. It's a low chance you don't find a single bow on your carousels or on your Krug round, but it can happen. And if it does, you're in big trouble. Even his secondary components that are also available don't really slot in as great Shen items. You have maybe the glove for QSS. You're missing Giant Slayer components. You're missing Gunblade components.
Look, he's even actually grabbing more like Zaya's just in case to have like a secondary reroll option.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, there
is at least one bow.
It's not amazing, but I think like you have to take it now and you have to make the most of it.
And QSS as well, I think, should probably be a slam here. I have to imagine. Maybe a Hodge.
Do you not want like... I saw an angle for like Archangels and Guardbreaker.
What? Ace going not the best on the Shen Hero augment, but I mean, you have to beggars can't be choosers, right?
Yeah,
from this current situation.
You just have to like make something, do something.
Basic no Ash, unfortunately, on this roll down to 0 gold. We saw him claw his way back from a low roll position when he was playing Janna reroll in game 2. Can he do it again? This is not the place you want to be. So many items left to slam here for Basic.
Yeah, and also Ash 1 will not stabilize him. He needs to keep winning here. He needs to slam full items. For now, the Smolder, the one holding the units.
And he's facing the Boogeyman. Sangyup, 10 win streak. I think it's going to be an 11 win streak facing Basic on a middling transition here.
Yeah, and we see the expression. He's not happy. He had to churn out a Crystal Gambit because he was contested. Now, doing the transition, trying to find the 4-1 Ash, doesn't find it. And now will be a downfall from now on.
Forward thinking for Wet Jungler. We saw him not quite work out the APM check. Last time we saw him do a 1 big turn transition. Couldn't quite find the Jinx in time. We'll see if he can do it now. A lot still to do here. Power-ups, roll down units.
He found a Varus, so that is something that he can actually just put into the board while he's waiting for it. But
Poppy
there's the Poppy 2 that'll help to stabilize the front line. But
it's always a Jinx. Where is the Jinx?
No one can find any of their 4 costs.
There's a Brown. That's huge.
Yeah, may as well take that, I guess. Because then you would just take out the little guy.
Doesn't have a rod, unfortunately, for the Star Guardian spatula on the Cassandra on the Braum. Still, Poppy 2 is absolutely massive.
Yeah.
Healing Orb will be big as well as a combat power option. There's the rod as well, so we have now a Star Guardian emblem. Last power-up added in. It should be a pretty good spot here for Wet Jungler. Dasic on the losing end of this fight, potentially, with a matchmaking.
Rossi there as the power-up, just trying to pressure as much as possible. Jinx, no pair, but with good front line, should have a chance here.
And Dasic gets built out. He finds reinforcement into the Ash 2 right away, despite having very little gold to roll with. We saw he was at a 0 gold on 4-1. So thanks to reinforcement, it completely saves his game and this fight as well. Dasic stays healthy and alive now, still on 2 lives at the very least, while Jungler now down to 18 HP.
Oh, I'm getting word that Tomino got a Gwen 2 from the Duo Q augment.
Sangyup has his fist raised in the air like the one time I played Vertical Sorcerer.
Oh.
Just beautiful there for him. Rolling to true 0 here with Jungler with the pair, trying to find the Lee Sin, trying to find especially the Jinx.
And Tomino had actually the Malzahar item carry. He was the player who had the heroic grab back into Malzahar 2 on stage 2. So perfect
And
AP items for the Gwen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe this is how Tomino has 21 points.
That might be why. The fast APM to back it up as well to make that full transition happen.
It's exactly as I mentioned in stage 2. It is going to be 6 Sorcerer with 4 Soul Fighter, making use of the Soul Fighter +1 as well. Trying to elevate that Gwen, who now just has a DFG. Still no Karma 2, unfortunately, for Sangyup. Has still more gold to roll with. Maybe has a chance to spike yet again. Has lost now the win streak.
And a huge win here for Double, not having even the pair of Yumi, just having that 7 vertical Battle Academia with the President pressuring the lobby. So great for him. Finding the Yumi 2 would be huge. And in a good position, I didn't imagine that he could be winning, so good recognition of board.
Last pick Yumi would be big if Double can get it. Also would be a chain to finish off a Bramble on his Garen, who's currently still main tank and missing that third item. So we'll see if this Yumi makes it. Nope. Tartman missed on the first one, but was circled right back. And Tartman knows how scary Double is when he has everything online. So he says, I'm not going to make it that easy.
Gets a belt. Can go for the Sunfire here. Doesn't have a burn still. Sanjop still keeping strong. Our tempo Sorg player Tomino finding Zaira 2 very early into the game. And of course the Gwen 2 that you mentioned, Necker.
Yeah, it's just so cool. Like everything kind of came together so beautifully for this board. But with the rest of the Soul Fighter setup, you get the Sat 2. Looking just to be able to finish off the Braum. Oh, I can't believe you have to sell the Gwen. So crazy, but you've got the Zaira. Everything is looking really great on this board so far.
Yeah, and Challenger players already know this if you're watching, but for players introducing to TFT, normally you see more maybe support units on the Gwen, but when you're going for Soul Fighter, you're going or for Swords, Gwen is already very, very powerful. So going for more damage in her is actually amazing here, and she will be the main carry right here for Tomino.
I think Tomino had no choice as well. The items were already built on the Malzahar. He just said, oh, Gwen, sure, I'll take the high roll and just transition them over. Finally a win, though. Tomino was on a 6 loss streak after picking up Golden Quest, despite being one of the win streakers early on with Sangyup. So I think a sigh of relief, showcasing that maybe that augment pickup wasn't a grief. We'll see if he can stabilize the rest of this stage for Maladjust. Has finished 3 items on the Shen. Maybe not best in slot, but close to it. And is now just missing for that one-off final upgrade.
Still can't get it. He has to sell pieces to actually try to get the roll down. And he's still 1 off. At 17 HP, it is just not looking easy for him to actually get any higher placement than 8th. And especially going up against Sangyup, who does have the Sorcerer board.
I think Sangyup hasn't fully capped yet. He did like a small roll down, see what I can hit, and now he's leveraging his HP to try and just go straight to 9 to have better chances to find Gwen 2 because Tomino already got 3 from the pool.
Oh, but he's going to win anyway.
And that's not good news for Maladjust. If he's losing to Sangyup, that means he is in big trouble.
Well, he's got 1 round of creeps.
Yeah. The thing is, going now to stage 5, normally you want to pressure stage 4 with the Shen 3 already. And now just getting your ramp up of stage 5 just doesn't feel good. Maladjust 5 HP, Lawu still strong. I think it's very, very difficult for him to even survive an additional round.
Tarman has 8 Soul Fighter online now.
Really cooking. Viego duo carry with Samira instead of the Volibear. You have the overheal, really
amazing
insane setup with a Viego to act as a kind of a drain tank with Rageblade, with Titans, with a BT, as well as a Thrill Seeker. Really cool comp from Tarman. He is cooking. If he hits the Viego 3, I would love to see what this comp can do.
Yeah, making that line open here, 2 additional Viegos. Very far away, but probably will keep rolling here and stabilize the rest of the board. Still hasn't found the set 2, no pairs. Oh, there's the pair. So maybe more options here to roll. Finds also an additional one. Oh, there it is.
Keep talking, Hoopers. On every roll, he's hitting something.
Yeah.
One more, come on.
About a value rolling here. Should not break 10. There's an additional Viego. So decides to go to true 0 and try to fish it.
Tarman knows his cap. He's not going to win this game, so he knows that each of the fights here at the start of stage 5 are pivotal for his placement, trying to fight for maybe a 4th place.
Oh, and finally the Fury break here, going full damage here on the Ashe. So we see on the front line there the Kayle. The idea is that Kayle dies immediately and then transfers full AD damage to the Ashe, and that Ashe will be the hyper carry here for this is exactly what you want to see.
Yeah, I mean, what an easy win for this board. Starts to get a lot of nice loot coming through from that 5 Crystal Gambit. And Songyup's still looking for that final upgrade. Still has a pair of Gwen now. And, well, Mal just found the Shen. It doesn't matter.
Oh, man.
Poor guy.
Too little, too late. Too risky of a game plan not having the bow right away. I think you always think, I'll find it on the stage 2 carousel, I'll find it on Krogs, I'll find it on the stage 3 carousel. It wasn't until 4-1 that the first item was fully slammed onto Shen. And when you're playing a hero augment in particular, that is just way too late.
But then also, you didn't get your 3-star Shen until stage 5. Like, it's just so hard. So
compiling low rolls.
Yeah, just a tough game for Maladjust. Hopefully he can brush that one off and really clutch up for the last 2 games of the day.
Lawo looking strong here with Jinx and Seraphine, both very low in HP right now. So it's not enough for him. Trying to access backline there with the Bolivar. Only Bolivar one. Star Guardian Bolivar. Trying to make a difference, but it's just too much front line right now for double.
It's a really good setup for double, and just two-item Poppy.
Oh, Seraphine, huge ult onto the back, takes out the Yumi, and a huge win right now for Lawo to maintain alive.
Look at Double's bench. He is going for a Caitlyn 3 as well.
Yeah.
This is like, I think there's no other player in the field that would go down this specific 7 Battle Academy line playing full tempo around whatever he is hitting. Not going for just the Yumi or just the Katarina or just the Caitlyn Jace, but a mix of all three playing fully into that vertical.
I like it. Well, I mean, if you know that you're relatively uncontested for all of your champions as well, you may as well just hold all those extra copies and see if you can, you know, collect them while you level.
Yeah, Daisy doing an adaptation here. You can leave alone the Kayle in the front, but if you do, normally position gets hurt. So just put it in the front with something else, and she will sometimes die. So just try not to reprioritize the positioning.
A tough matchup here for Dasik up against Wet Jungler on a 5-win streak, and Dasik on his last life, low cap because of the reinforcement pickup, which he absolutely needed to get built out in stage 4. Can the Ashe do it with a Fury break? Can the Jinx clutch up here? The Cassandra is buying so much time with the double artifact setup. And Dasik, if he once again claws back into the top 4, this guy is so resilient as a player.
Tarman also very low and also winning, found the set 2. So pretty strong right now. Still lacking 1 for that Viego 3-star.
No Viego, unfortunately, on the carousel, I mean.
It would have been nice to be able to complete that from there, but... Well, I hear some popping off, actually, over in another part of our studio.
Most of the players normally quiet, but it's nice to see the hype sometimes.
Yeah, there's so
slamming
much
the
energy.
chair, slamming the desk, and showing emotion.
I know, I want an update on what was going on over there as well.
Okay, Daisy, dire position here. Tarman also 3 players. 2 players in single digit.
He thinks he's strong enough. He's not rolling. He's sitting on 40 gold on level 9. Tarman, I think, he did hit the Viego 3 despite having an extra duplicator still as well. So must have had a really nice natural shop. I hope this is strong enough. Same kind of setup that we see with Jinx and Volley. You're trying to get Samira and Viego on the same side and break through the weak side essentially. Last minute swap to the right. We'll see if that ends up pairing off. Oh, it's up against Dasik, and there's so much frontline to chew through here. Plus a Lee Sin, who seems laser focused on the Viego very soon once the set goes down.
Yeah, focus will be on the tank first to roll right now. So very important. Whoever, okay, set is down.
Oh,
first.
Lee Sin's down. The Viego's into the backline. The Ashe is being targeted. What a setup! A burst of power from the Soulfire board, and Tartman. A clean win against Dasik here, and a great showing, Necro, with a Viego 3 of all things.
I like it. The style is just so cool. And that's also going to put Tartman into only needing 6 more wins to activate the Prismatic Soul Fighter. That actually still sounds like a lot. When I say only 6, I mean he still needs 6.
And
it's not that easy.
Part of the problem for double, QSS final item on your main tank is not really ideal, obviously. Has lost 6 fights in a row now, unfortunately. Did find the Caitlyn 3. Is this going to be enough?
Well, it's tough when you don't have that Leona 2 either. I think the ideal is you get the Leona 2, you can remove the items from the Garen and then put the Leona in the front line with the the burning cape and the gargoyles and adaptive, right?
He has 2 Reforgers. Maybe you should have gambled to try and reforge to QSS. Might be a little bit too risky. You could also go for a 3-item Caitlyn.
Well, he also can't remove it right now because he doesn't have any removers.
Facing off against Sang Yop, the Yumi's looks like she's going to go down. Not enough tankiness. So many players on low HP, though. Is it a 6th place for double, or can he scratch a few more placements?
Dasik is also out. Oh, so it's going to be double out in 6th, Dasik in 5th. And our top 4 of this lobby secured. Songyop still the healthiest amongst the field with 51 HP. Both Tartman and Lawu on final life. So it's really up to maybe Tomino to start to play spoiler a little bit. But maybe it's Tartman who can win. And that was another win for him. So I actually think he only needs 4... He needs 5 wins now.
Yeah.
He needs 5.
Finding that Viego is a huge win condition. Normally, Soul Fighter lacks that initial power to ramp up. So it will be good. Sanjom still looking strong. Recognition for him also playing that short line since the start and playing full tempo.
A lot of soul in this lobby. Our top 3 players currently in the standings, all leading in Soul Fighter in one way or another. Vertical Soul Fighter for Tartman, of course, but even Sangyup is playing 6 Sorcerers plus that for Sork. And Tomino didn't really choose this path, but Golden Quest gave him a Gwen too, so he said, sure, why not?
Really hasn't been like a bad option, but I think unfortunately for Tomino, it hasn't really been able to be like a super win streak in this form.
We'll see Tartman on the right side, the Viego and Samira trying to break through the Swain, trying to maybe get onto the Gwen early. Sorcerer also a very bursty setup, so it's going to be a fast fight on the left. Both boards and players trying to achieve the same thing. Viego seems to be online, has already broken through onto the Karma because of the Gwen aggro drop. And looks like the Lux will be able to clean up against the mech. Maybe not, though. It's a really close fight on the left here.
Wow, he just disappeared there in the end.
Oh, no, Tartman. No, the Gwen couldn't do it. The Viego did so much.
Wow.
That's a top 4 in the end. Yeah, I think you have to feel a little bit bad. The game looked so good, no? With the Viego 3, it's so creative as well. You must feel good as a player.
We have him here on the back. He's just like, okay, it's fine.
Not
it's
bad.
Good. Not bad. Taking there the 4th, of course. Always happy to play with Soul Fighter and get it. But of course, we wanted a little more when finding that Viego. Tomino looking strong here, finds in the Zaira. Once again, we already saw him with the Wen. So probably the winner of the lobby. Let's see if HP low. So maybe Sangyup has something up the sleeve that could turn it around.
The mana rush on the Zaira as well, going to be a very bursty fight, getting the attack speed right away, the cast from the Zaira, and the extra protection on the Gwen with the Zhonya's against the burstiness of the Sork board. Kind of a Sork mirror matchup here. Samira goes in, does survive, but looks like it's a little bit too much. A very close win again for Sangyup. Tomino's down.
Oh my goodness. So our finals is going to be CN versus APAC. Lawu has really started to put together a nice little win streak here with the Jinx 2 and the Seraphine 2. And everything else, the Star Guardian Volibear is crazy.
Doing the cosplay there. Love to see it. And I mean, very difficult here because Sanjo has that Gwen 2-star that is just so huge, access to backline. And this Jinx, I don't think, has the defense to even take care of that. So should be a small win. Maybe possibilities here for the Jinx to burst someone very quickly. An ideal ult from the Seraphine can give a chance here for Lawu.
The timing of the aggro drop from the Gwen, if the aggro's already dropped, then the Seraphine can hit both the Karma and the Gwen with her AoE.
There's a world.
That can be just a way to win this fight. The Jarvan is going to hit the Seraphine at the very least. We'll see if the Jinx can take down the Gwen with the AoE damage coming in from her rocket as well. At the very least, maybe it'll proc the Edge of Night early for the Volibear to try and clean up.
See,
there's the Seraphine. The Karma's still alive, though. She gets the cast off, and that might win it.
Oh, it's so close. The
And it does. The Karma surviving wins the fight for Sangyup.
Wow, Lawu is not happy right now. In the last moment, Sanjo playing tempo from the start with Sorks and finding a win at the end. Great recognition of placement of the path that he had to take and finally taking the win.
I really thought the Jinx had it because it was just so close to seeing an additional cast from the Jinx. But that final moment there, I kind of wonder if some of it was just all of that Gwen damage that came out early really starting to stack up so that the Jinx just wasn't healthy enough for that final 1v1.